When I came back, the driveway was empty. My nameplate, Akan, was gone from the gate, just 2 holes where it had been drilled in. My mother stood by the porch with a forced smile, and my sister leaned against her new white car like she owned the sun. "You're back early," my mother said. I looked past them. The curtains were different. New paint? My paint wasn't that color. My sister grinned, swirling her car keys. "Bad news, genius. You don't live here anymore." I didn't answer, just looked around quietly. They laughed like it was a joke that had been waiting too long to be told. My mother smirked. "We sold the house. Needed the money to pay your sister's debts. You were gone too long." I nodded slowly. "And you didn't think to ask me?" My sister scoffed. "Ask you? You're the one who always says family comes first. Guess we took your advice." They were waiting for a reaction. Maybe shouting, maybe tears. But I smiled. Just a small, quiet smile. My sister frowned. "What's so funny?" I looked up at the balcony. The same one where I'd sat as a kid, watching my father leave for work. "Nothing," I said. "Just realizing how poetic all this is." She rolled her eyes. "Poetic? You're homeless now." "Maybe," I said. "But tell me something. When did you finalize the sale?" "Last week," my mother said proudly. "Got a good price, too. Cash in hand." "The buyer's name was—" "I know," I interrupted. "I recommended him." Their laughter froze. "Started 6 months ago. The last dinner we had together." My sister was crying about her debts again. Bad investments, bad men, bad decisions. My mother called her a victim. I called her irresponsible. That's when I realized love doesn't blind. It rots. I paid off her last mess. Quietly told myself it was the last time. But a month later, I noticed strange activity in my property records. Access logs, bank documents. My mother's name kept popping up where it shouldn't have. At first, I thought it was paranoia. Then I found an unsigned letter from my lawyer, one I never received, stating a power of attorney had been filed under my name with a forged signature. That's when the warmth left me. I didn't confront them. I observed. Weeks turned into months of careful silence. I learned who they met, what they said, and how they whispered about the plan. They thought I'd gone soft. That's the thing about family. Once they think you'll always forgive them, they stop hiding their knives. I moved quietly, transferred the wheel property deed to my holding company, registered in another name. My mother's documents were fake, but I made them look real. The house on paper stayed mine. But the legal property she had access to, that was a decoy title. The old registration, the one I'd reissued after the renovations. The new deed, the real one, was tied to another property altogether, one built on the adjoining plot I'd purchased a year ago under a silent development company. The same address extension, same street, same everything except the legal description. I made sure the forgery matched that. They thought they were selling my house. In truth, they sold an empty title, a piece of land the company already owned. When I left for vacation, it wasn't to rest. It was to wait. I let them complete the scam. I wanted the paper trail, proof of forged authorization, fraudulent sale and tax evasion. When they mocked me today, I wasn't angry. I was waiting for them to ask the wrong question. "You recommended the buyer?" my mother asked, her voice suddenly unsure. "Yes." I pulled the document from my coat, a folded set of papers stamped with the company's seal. "He works for me, my development firm." My sister laughed nervously. "You're bluffing." I handed her the paper. "Read it." She did. Her face palled. This says the title was 2 years ago." I finished. "The house you sold wasn't mine. It wasn't anyone's. The sale you made fraudulent. The buyer a controlled entity. The money you received marked for investigation." My mother's lips trembled. "You wouldn't." "I didn't," I said coldly. "The law will." They stood there stunned. I stepped closer, my voice low. "You forged my name, stole my home, mocked me to my face, and you thought I'd come back to beg for mercy." I took out my phone, pressed play. Their voices filled the air. A recording from a week ago. "He'll lose everything. Let him cry." My sister's eyes widened. "You recorded every word." Silence fell. Only the wind moved between us. "I filed everything this morning," I said. "Forgery, fraud, and financial misconduct. But I'm not doing this out of revenge. I'm doing it so the next person you decide to betray will see you for what you are. My mother whispered, "You can't send your own family to jail." I looked at the house one last time. You already did. By evening, the police came. I didn't watch them being taken away. I didn't need to. The real house, my real home, stood behind the next gate. The same design, the same balcony, but untouched. I unlocked the door and stepped inside, breathing in the quiet. I wasn't smiling anymore. I didn't need to. Some debts can't be repaid in money. But justice pays with precision. Thanks for watching and subscribe.